I just invested $4,621.9 in ETFs, and here's what I picked and why. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the future, which has now become the present. My online name is Bubibite and my real name is Torbjørn Breum. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys why I invested in these two ETFs and why I picked them. So let's get into the video. So first off, what is an ETF? Well, an ETF is an exchange traded fund. Now, if you don't know what that is, just Google it. That's not what this video is about. But this video is about why I picked these two ETFs. So first off, let's take a look at what I picked. So the first ETF I picked was the iShares Core SP500 Accumulating ETF. Now this ETF is an ETF where you get exposure to the 500 largest companies in the USA, where you only buy a single ETF. So you buy a single product, a single stock, and you get exposure to 500 of the biggest companies in the USA. The second ETF I bought was the iShares MSCI ACWI Accumulating ETF. Now this is the world index with emerging markets. Now, the reason that I chose both these ETFs, I will get into later in this video. But first off, why did I invest $4,621 in these ETFs? Well, in my previous video, I told you guys about my Samsung stock trade. Now, that money was originally intended for ETFs, those $2,000. But I, at that time, saw the opportunity to do the Samsung trade. And because of that trade, I already had the money allocated to buying ETFs, but I thought there was a good opportunity to outperform the broader market, so I made a more risky investment per se. But now it's time to just do what I originally intended, which was to buy ETFs. So now you know the backstory of this. So I have a statement that I like to trade by, and that is that the market can stay irrational for longer than you can stay rational. Now, what this means is that I know there's lots of people right now saying, well, there's an AI bubble, there's Ukraine-Russia war, there's so many things that can go wrong, like the market is already at all-time highs. Why are you even buying into the market? Well, again, the market can stay irrational for longer than you can stay rational. So even though the market is at a near all-time high, I just think that it's better to just get in the market. Because as they say, time in the market beats timing the market. And if you just keep saying, well, I'm going to wait and wait and wait, well, then you're going to lose out. And again, we are investing for the long term. When you're buying an ETF, that's not because you want to do some short-term trade. No, that's because you're in it for the long term. So at least that's my case, and I would assume most other people. Okay, so let's take a look. So I bought this iShares ETFs. So it has the ticker CSPX, and as you can see, if you look at the 1-year chart, it has gone up about 17%. Now, typically this stock, it goes up at around 20% each and every year. And this gives you access to the 500 largest companies in the USA. So if we look at what this ETF actually is, well, we can see that it's the top 10 holdings is 8.5% in Nvidia and Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and all the the magnificent 7 companies are, of course, what makes up the majority of this ETFs, because their market cap is so large right now that they just make up a huge part of the S&P and 500. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're buying this. But this is what I found to be one of the greater ETF products out there for buying the SP500. I have held this since 2022, and now I bought more. And it also has a low yearly fee of just 0.07%. So yeah, as you can see, I bought this on the 30th of December 2025, and I just had a market order at the open. I didn't make a limit order because I really didn't care about my entry price. I just cared about getting into the market as soon as possible. So that's why I just chose to buy. Now, the other product that I bought was the World Index with emerging markets. Now, the reason I chose emerging markets as well is because I feel like when you're buying the World Index, you might as well just also take on emerging markets, because something like Poland, for example, is also classified as emerging market, which to me just seems kind of stupid at this point. So, yeah. Now, some of you might ask, well, if you're not buying more than $4,621, why are you even splitting it up into 2 ETFs? That seems kind of dumb. It's not that much money put into ETFs. And well, that is true. But this is not my only holdings in these 2 ETFs. I already have some positions, not a lot, but I have some positions, and this is just to add to them. Now, another thing is that I want a half-half exposure to the World Index and to the S&P 500. Now, I know what you're saying. The index for the World Index is 61% USA, and you're correct. But I know this, and I am okay with having a larger exposure to the United States of America, because let's be honest here, that is where companies go to do their IPOs when they reach that point in their growth. And the USA is also the world capital. It's just they control the entire world currently, and I don't see that changing in the near future. I think that all capital will flow in and out of the United States for the next many, many years to come. So I'm okay with having a larger exposure to the US. They also have a proven record for making the largest companies in the entire world, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. And another thing is, next year we can also look forward to big IPOs such as the SpaceX IPO. And from what I heard around the internet, they're starting at $1.5 trillion. So that's a huge new company which will be added to the S&P 500 instantly, and adding a lot of value to the S&P 500. So, yeah. That was just my initial my thoughts on why I bought these 2 ETFs and why. And again, if we look at the chart real quick for the World Index, we can see that for the past year it had actually outperformed the S&P 500 with 22.88%, and the S&P 500 is at 17.77%. So again, really close, but that's interesting. So yeah, these are the 2 ETFs I bought and why. So again, my ETF play here is just buy and hold. I don't intend on selling these ETFs for many, many years to come. This is just a good way to have some passive exposure to the whole market. So yeah, that's why you want to consider an ETF. Now, these are just my picks. They're not necessarily the best picks, but they work great for me. So just here at last, I want to tell you again, this World Index ETFs, I have also held this for many years, and for me it has been a great product, but the yearly fee is a bit higher than the other CSPX. It's at 0.2%, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll begin making even more videos, so I'll catch you guys very soon. And yeah, here just at last, I wanted to do a quick ad for my decentralized cryptocurrency exchange. Now, if you know or may not know, I'm a big cryptocurrency guy. So if you're in cryptocurrency for the right reasons and you care about privacy, well, then our DEX has a lot of cryptocurrencies available, native cryptocurrencies available, where you can buy, trade, and sell with no KYC, because it's a decentralized exchange. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then make sure to check it out. And with that said, guys, I'll see you guys in the future.